Welcome
Welcome
to
to
You
You
Can
Can
Sip
Sip
With
With
Us.
Us. Hey, I'm Coll.
I'm Ashley.
Are you drinking anything
I
fun?
am. I feel like I can never remember because it feels like we've been recording. We used to record every week the week before, and then it feels like we have had a few, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if I talked about, the point is, I can't remember if I talked about this thing or not, but it's called morning routine. It's like a thing called that. Have I talked
I
about
don't
that?
think I'm
Okay.
not familiar.
That's what I'm drinking. And it has like lemon, apple cider vinegar, something, something. It comes in a little like a pouch, and I pour it in. And I think the flavor is good. I have yet to see if it really does help with digestion, but I've heard so many good things about apple cider vinegar. And I have a friend that recommended it back when we were in Bora Bora, and it was sold out at the time. So then I got a thing that it was back in. So that's what I'm sipping. It's basically like lemon apple cider vinegar water.
Okay, this is great news. Let me know if you are gonna stick with it
Yes, I will
because
report back.
the book that I've been reading, Glucose Goddess, for those of
Yes.
you who are maybe behind or new here, welcome. But I'm Coll, very, very, very pregnant, so not drinking
As we're
anything.
recording,
Yeah,
but
but
who knows
who
where we'll
knows
be. It's
when by the
that's how
time you're
pregnant you
listening?
are.
That's
It's
it's
minute by minute.
any day situation, any
Yes.
moment situation. But I also have gestational diabetes, and I've been reading. I've talked about it here. Brought it as the faves. Freaking, I feel like it's changed my life. I've been reading the book Glucose Revolution. I've been following Glucose Goddess on Instagram. And all this is to say, one of the blood sugar hacks for controlling your blood sugar is vinegar. Not just apple cider vinegar in the morning, but like any kind of vinegar, because your body is just like, oh, this is vinegar. Like it doesn't process, like it's like red for blood sugar purposes. It doesn't
Okay.
process like red vinegar any different than apple cider vinegar. It all helps. So whether you drink it with like apple cider vinegar diluted with a full cup of water shortly before you eat or during your meal,
Yeah.
that really helps with controlling blood sugar.
Oh.
Yes. So like get your salad with some kind of vinegar. Like it's a
Oh.
hack and it really works. So I've been drinking apple cider vinegar with water
Yeah.
every morning, but man, oh man, it slaps you in the face.
I hate it so much.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah,
I
I'm
do
drinking.
need to tell you, actually, this is going to be on my face, but I don't know when we're going to be doing face again. But I heard about this thing called Miracle Berry, and I really actually wanted to do it live on the pod. But I didn't know if you'd be up for it being pregnant. Like sometimes your
Yeah.
brain is like, I cannot eat that, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
not going to have it. But there's this thing called Miracle Berry. You should try it. Order it on Amazon. They're expensive AF, but there's something on the berry that connects to your taste buds temporarily for like 10 or 15 minutes. And it makes sour or bitter
I
things
saw
taste
you
sweet. Did
eat
you see
the
my story?
lemon. I wrote on your story, I was like, I want to be on this ride with you
Yeah.
because you
Oh,
were
right.
just chowing down on a whole lemon.
I ate a whole freaking lemon and it tasted like a lemon head or something. Like it was so sweet. And when I looked on the reviews on Amazon, a lot of people said that they use it for vinegar, apple cider vinegar. When they're doing their like apple cider vinegar drinks in the morning, they do this. The little berry, you just have to chew on like half of a little, you eat half of a berry, and they're not like machine factory made. They're actual berry. It's just freeze dried. Eat
Whoa.
that, have your vinegar, wham bam, thank you ma'am, you're moving on. You don't hate your life because you don't want to gag.
Wow.
Yeah, so that might be something you should really consider.
Yeah.
I mean, you're at the end here, but
I'm
like,
sticking with it though,
Yeah.
because I'm going to be, like I said, it's changed my life. I'm going to get a continuous glucose monitor after baby's here and
yeah,
stick with it all. So, but yeah, yes.
yeah, so
Yes.
yeah.
So while I'm not drinking anything fun right now, we are right at this moment we had this like, we have a big kitchen and there was this sort of empty space across from the dining room table. And we're putting in built-ins for bar stuff, like it has built-in wine cabinet for glasses.
Yeah.
So this has been in the works because you have to schedule these things forever in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited. Chris is power washing the patio. And I'm just excited for the summer of like waking up, having coffee out there on the patio, being with babe, and like, you know, and then also having a nice place for our wine and being able to indulge this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very exciting to have this.
I can't wait. Yeah. Your like great room area, kitchen whatever is so great.
Yeah.
It's like very bright and light and well set up, and the bar is just going to be chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Exactly.
Chef's kiss.
We have some hangover thingies.
Okay.
Feedback from listeners.
Oh.
This one comes from Jessica, and this is from a while ago. She wrote this May 3rd, so sorry, Jessica. And guys, in general, I'm very behind on our email, so sorry. But it is what it is. I cannot juggle it all right now, and this is one of those balls that
it's a plastic ball.
Going to be rolling on the ground.
Yeah.
So, but I'm still deeply appreciative of all of your guys' messages and feedback because I do read everything. It's just the responding is the challenge. But this one comes from Jessica. Hi, Ash and Coll. I wanted to chime in and offer some parenting information that has been truly life-changing for me. Because remember, we always do call outs, it feels like, for like parenting things like help, because no one knows what the hell they're doing. Yeah. So she's recommending the book Siblings Without Rivalry. She said it's an excellent read and has come recommended to me by multiple people. The parenting expert that I could not get enough of from Instagram and her podcast is The Good Inside with Dr. Becky. She's a clinical psychologist and gives amazing tips and tricks with parenting that truly come from the heart and come with the basis of respectful parenting. Every week when I listen to her podcast, I feel not only that I'm becoming a better person, but raising a resilient and empathetic child. And you're a big Dr. Becky fan, right?
I am. Yeah, she has great content on Instagram.
I'm going to give her a follow like right now. Hold on.
Yeah, she's great. I like when they give real life examples. Like sometimes they'll say, you know, they'll be just like clips and like, here, don't say this or whatever. They'll just give like, when your toddler's melting down, do this. But then sometimes it's hard to know in the moment. Okay, but that's not how it goes. And Dr. Becky, I feel like a lot of times does like role playing in her videos. And so you're like, oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Dude, she has 1.1 million followers on Instagram.
Last time I feel like I checked, because when we got that email, Coll sent me the email today, and I was like, oh yeah, I love Dr. Becky. We should try to get her on the pod. I was like, she has a bunch of followers. I don't know. We're probably not big enough for her. I thought she had like 500,000. She's probably very busy.
Yeah.
Inundated with
but
requests.
Hey, Dr. Becky.
Hey,
come over here.
We love ya.
So her Instagram is Dr. Becky at Good Inside. DRBECKY at Good Inside. Okay, but then this is the part that really made me laugh of this email, and I forwarded it to Ash, and I was like, this email made me LOL. And Ash wrote back, this is the best. I love our squad. This story made me giggle today. I do want to add that children are whack. So like all this is to say.
Right. It's like, hear this book helps so much. Follow Dr. Becky, and also children are whack.
Also Godspeed.
Yeah.
One of my closest girlfriends took her toddler to, this isn't me, this is still the email. Yes. So she said, I also want to add that children are whack. One of my closest girlfriends took her toddler to the grocery store today. In the visit, this toddler took out a box of tampons and announced to the entire grocery store that her mommy puts those in her butt.
Yeah, and I could totally see that. Mm-hmm. Kids say the darndest things.
That's just so good.
And would she sign off? She said something.
Oh, and she said her new favorite. If you have toddlers in the car right now, earmuffs or just skip for a second. But her toddler's favorite word of the moment is shit.
And then she signed off and said like, pray for or like some, I don't know. It was funny. She was funny.
It was good.
Yeah.
There's also another, I wrote this down as a voicemail to play, but I can't remember why. So we're going in a little blind here.
Okay. I'm in.
Oh. Yeah. I have the transcript. So we're going to play this. Okay.
Hey ladies, this is Reva from Wisconsin, and I am listening to the podcast right now where we are discussing the chickpea versus chickpeas. And I just want you to know, Colleen, that when I listened to that last podcast where you said that, I have so much respect for the two of you that I legit thought that I've been pronouncing chickpeas wrong my whole life and just made the assumption that chickpea had to be the appropriate term, being that that's how you said it and that Ash didn't tell you otherwise. So just don't want you to feel embarrassed or feel bad about that, because that's how much respect that I and probably many others in the pod squad have for you. Love you, ladies. Bye.
Love that. They've got our back. I don't know if that was hard for you guys to hear.
We'll have
Or
Chad
if it
turn
was
it
just
up.
me. Yeah, Chad, crank that baby up. But I love that. It's just like people are going blindly for us because we got the ride or dies.
And also, sorry for any of you who were totally in your heads thinking, crap, have I said this wrong my whole
we're not
life?
apologizing for anything.
I just did, though. I think it's funny that, like, if you went through the whole episode, like, because then I felt that way, like, oh my God, I've been pronouncing something wrong my whole life. And if you felt that way, welcome.
Welcome.
We're all confused.
We
together.
don't know. We don't know up from down. And
no,
it's also we don't need to know up from down.
No.
We are flying
Nobody's
high
perfect.
here no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I love you guys, and that also made me LOL.
I also have one more thing. I didn't tell Coll I was going to do this, but I want to plug. I'm hosting a webinar tonight on I'm going to be launching a podcast soon, guys, so more to come on that. But as we're heading into summer, there's just a bunch of talk about dieting, and there's this poll that, like, hey, you should be smaller or you should hate yourself, and like, just to make a little noise in space against that, I am hosting a webinar tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It'll be recorded if you can't be on live. And it's like my 5 foolproof principles or something to give up dieting and like take your power back and blah, 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 whatever. So you can go to ashleymolstead.com/badass and then register for the webinar there. And I'd love to see you guys on.
Do it.
And like, let's just
Every
get
single
noisy in a good way. As like the biggest fan, right? Let's get so noisy that we can say whatever we want and we make them question whether they've been doing it wrong their whole lives, you know?
Yeah. The diet industry.
Okay, the diet industry. Speaking of speaking,
yeah,
another language and like whatever,
Ooh, nice.
Most of us learning a second language in high school or college wasn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. It wasn't in mine. I have always wanted to learn another language and it just didn't come natural to me. And so I found another way, but it is something in my older age, I'm 37, where it still is on my bucket list. I want to learn how to speak another language. And then along comes Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Now there is an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language, whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you just have some free time, or like me, a bucket list type goal. Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. So I think I want to go with Spanish or maybe Italian because I feel like Italian is so fun. And also I kind of want to live in Italy at some point and eat all the pizza and the pasta. But Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel.
Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/sip. That's babbel.com/sip, BABBEL.com/sip for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Babbel's a fun word.
It's kind of fun.
It is kind of fun.
They make all the speaking fun.
Babbly bab.
All right. It's been a minute.
Since we've two sipped.
And it's
Yeah.
about damn time. In a minute, I'm gonna need a Lizzo.
Oh yeah.
So
we're
here for it.
We're coming in hot. Someone's got a dilemma. It's a two-parter. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Okay. This is a double fister soul sipper, Andrea.
Which means if this is your first episode, we have additional episodes we drop every Friday over on Patreon. It's a subscription type site where you can support your favorite creators like Colleen and I at patreon.com/you can sip with us. Hit us, Coll.
We have a lot of fun over there on Fridays, guys.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to miss it.
Fucking best.
All right. So here's the dilemma. I have a semi-close friend that is getting married. And by the way, if you're new here, our two sips.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Send us an email at youcansipwithus@gmail.com. On our website, sipsquadpod.com, there's like a form you can fill out as well with your dilemma. So give us a call and ask us a question. And we'll answer it with the best we got.
Unknowing everything.
Yeah.
We are we have zero expertise in anything, and we will tell you exactly what you need.
We'll tell you what to do with your lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a semi-close friend that is getting married for a second time this summer. This will be her fiance's first marriage. Also, she has a child from a previous marriage. We got that?
Okay. Semi-close friend, second marriage. And then I was starting to take notes. And then what happened?
Who she's getting married to, it's that fiance's first marriage.
Okay. And then she has a child.
Her semi-close friend has a child from a previous marriage.
Yes.
All right. We got the scene set. They're having a small party or a small ceremony, less than 50 people at a rooftop bar this summer. Mm-hmm. Their plan is to have a big party the following year. Okay. I offered to throw them a small couples shower and gave her the idea that it could be a stock the bar shrimp boil one Saturday afternoon in June. Keep it casual. Invite friends and family, and all the kiddos could play and have a good time. Okay, that sounds amazing.
I want in. Oh my gosh, invite us.
Send me in. I've never been to a shrimp boil, but I've always wanted to. Like where they set out. Is that like where they set out like everything? Like you put newspaper like on a big bar and there's like corn and shrimp and
I wouldn't
stuff.
know, but I like your idea. I like any idea with the shrimp boil and a stock the bar party.
Yeah.
I like it all.
Can we do it when you're here?
Yes. Let's do it.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. She came back with a hard no kids party, and she wants to do it on a Friday night and does not want a stock the bar shower. What does stock the bar shower
I think
mean?
It means like people bring you just bottles of liquor or like wine and like stuff.
Okay. She's registered and wants a real couple shower. Okay, fine, I thought. I'll pivot and find a babysitter along with all the other guests. That was a little spicy, that little line. Like, okay, fine. I'll pivot and find a babysitter along with all the other guests. Anyway, dilemma number 1. Since she's having a small wedding, some of the guests invited to the shower are not invited to the wedding. Is that tacky? And do I address that on an invite? Would you be offended if you were invited to a shower and not the wedding? Let's answer dilemma number 1 first.
Not in this case because it's a small wedding.
Right.
If it's a normal size wedding, yes. However, I did this. My mom invited people to the bridal shower that I did not invite to the wedding. So I don't think that's the right thing to do. And yet I still did that.
Did you put it on the invite, or what do you think is the best etiquette?
I don't know what the etiquette is. Like, I feel like people will understand because it's a small wedding. Like she said a 50-person wedding, right?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming these people will then be invited to like the larger party or whatever is going on a year later.
I don't know. Like, there's only one situation that I've been in where it's similar to this, and here's how they handled it, and I thought it was really nice, is the bride, who I'm friends with, sent an email out to everyone who was invited in the shower. So they got the shower invite, so it wasn't too much like cram on the invite, right? Mm-hmm. But then she sent an email that was basically like, I mean, I can't remember the verbiage, but it was an email to everyone who was invited to the shower saying how thankful she was to have us in our life, have us in her life. And just kind of shared the plans for the wedding. Like, we're having a super small ceremony, like just with, closest family and some friends. And while we can't have you all at the ceremony day, we're really looking forward to celebrating like at the shower. So you could like potentially do something like that if there's room in an invitation to like have a personal message, or you send like a separate note. Just if you're feeling kind of a certain way about it, that could be a way to like communicate the plan.
Yeah, I also think saying like, "Hey, we're so excited to celebrate with you." Like I don't know that she wants to do this, but like there's no need to bring a gift, but if you want to, we're registered here. But like I don't know if she would want to. But I the only reason I guess it's tacky, right, is like, are you asking people to pay something but then they're not I don't know. Why is that tacky?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cuz like it's fun to celebrate this couple that you love. I don't know.
Yeah, I think people still want to provide like a
Right.
gift, and they don't feel sour about it, especially if there's communication of like, we're just having a small ceremony. This is the party, or there will be a party or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think there's a couple different ways you can tackle that. And then dilemma number 2. She has a girl on the guest list that I do not care for. I'm assuming this is for the party. Oh, yeah. As in, I get major anxiety just thinking we'd be in the same room, much less in my house. The bride knows we have a not so nice past, yet still chose to invite her. Do I tell the bride I'm not comfortable inviting her to my house, or just let it roll?
Yeah, in this instance, I think because you're hosting, I think that's absolutely fine. If you were like, I just don't know if I should go to this party, like, because I feel, then my advice would be different. It'd be like, hey, it's not about you, but like it's at your house, 100%. I think it's totally fine to be like, I'm not comfortable.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I want to know. Well, I don't know. You don't know. I don't know how I feel. I want more information on like
about like why she's in
what happened here.
Yeah.
Like, why is like what happened? Is it major or minor? Like, is it something that is worth putting your friend above it? Like, now if you're getting major anxiety about it, that tells me that it maybe was something big, or like there was something that really went down. I also wonder how close the bride to be is to this person. Like,
yeah, I'm going off of that. She said this is a semi-close friend.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you
to both of them?
I already, she said that a semi-close friend is getting married, second marriage or whatever. So I am confused. If it's a semi-close friend, I guess, why are you hosting the party? Maybe that's just because that's what you're being nice. But you wanted to do a backyard barbecue with kids. She's already changed that. I feel like it's not like she's your best friend. I don't know. Again, I have more questions like you. Like, what are the specifics? Because I do think that there's different things that I would do, but I'm taking this as you're not that close with her. So like, why are you bending over backwards for her? I don't know.
Yeah. Because like if it was you, like, and there was someone in your life that I didn't jive with, if you wanted that person there and it was at my house, I'd be like, this is about Ashley.
Right.
So I will put this aside. It's just a party. There'll be other people to mingle with, so that.
But I like, also would consider your feelings. Like, as the bride, I would consider that you're the one hosting and probably have talked to you about it if I knew that there was, right? Like, that's what makes me be like, they're not that close of friends then, if this kind of stuff is happening.
Maybe you talk to the bride, because if you're just semi-close, maybe she doesn't, like, she knows you have a quote-unquote not so nice past, but maybe you're like, hey, I don't know if you know, like, it's how awkward this is. And like, it's my house. I just don't feel comfortable bringing her here. And like, you kind of make it, there's this this masterclass I took with Chris Voss, who's like a super powerful negotiator, and he used to like it's a super awesome class, highly recommend. And he used to negotiate hostage situations, and he talks a lot about like how to negotiate in a way that helps your words land softly to force empathy with people. So like little strategy is you could say like, would it totally like you make it this big thing, like would it totally absolutely ruin your entire party if she didn't come?
Right.
And it's like, no. And you're like, okay, cool.
Right.
And then you went, but like,
versus like, hey, is it okay if I don't invite her? Like, that's a very different.
Chris and I, we were, remember I talked to you about that date night when we went to Hamilton and
Yeah.
So I was telling Chris about this strategy because I was like, I kind of want to practice this because in my job, my actual corporate job, I negotiate. That's what we do is we negotiate a lot of like contracts and things. And so this course was really good. And so I went down to the hotel staff because I needed like 100 pillows because of pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, and this is one of the things he's like, tell someone you're about to ruin their day, but then ask for something small. And it was like, hey, I am about to throw like a curveball here. And I don't know if there's anyone in this hotel that can help me. And they're thinking like, oh my God, like,
right.
Are there cockroaches in your room or like what's going on? Like, I don't know if there's any possibility or if it is crazy to think that I could get like 5 pillows. And they're like, oh my God, we'll have it too. They're like, I can do this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, no problem.
Yeah. And then
Chris, my God, that's brilliant.
Chris said the funniest effing thing, and I can't remember what it was. we were having breakfast there and he needed more napkins and he made this joke that was like God, what was it? I need to call him. Hold on, I'm gonna call him right now and see if he
him
can
on the horn.
deliver it. Hold on, I'm putting him on speaker.
Will he remember? I hope he remembers.
I think he will. Oh God, this is gonna be.
Turn it all the way up. Is it all the way up?
Okay. This is SOS.
Hello?
Hey, you're live on You Can Sip With Us.
Oh, hi.
Okay, do you remember when we were having breakfast at the hotel when we did our date night at Hamilton and we were like trying to do that thing where it was like we were trying to get things from the hotel, but it was like we were making it really, really big, the situation, and then asking for something really, really small. It was like, hey, I don't want a XYZ, but can I have an extra napkin? And you made the funniest effing joke and I can't remember what it was.
I don't remember specifically what it was, but I do remember what you're talking about.
Can you don't remember what you said? Because you were so funny.
I really don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something, I don't know.
If you think of it, will you call me back?
If I think of it, I will call you back.
Okay, thanks. Okay.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, hey, I don't want to shove a knife up your ass, but could I have a napkin?
I don't want to make you sit on top of a detonating grenade, but could I get an extra napkin?
It was so good. And he didn't actually say that, but we were rolling, like thinking about all of the things.
Right.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm going to try that today. Okay, yes.
Yes.
That's what you do. You go negotiate with your friend.
Yeah.
Hey, would it
he's going back.
He's back.
Oh my God, tell me get something good.
Okay, I think I remember the gist of what it was.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember the exact line, but it was like, it was us asking for something very small and like very easy and completely part of their job, but us making it sound like, we were really going to have them go out of their way. And it was something.
Whoa. Are you on the highway?
There's a fucking race behind our house. Sorry. I'm in the backyard. But okay, it was something like us asking like, hey, you're going to fucking kill me. But you know, it's like something, it was something along those lines. And then I think we just kind of spiraled from there, making it a bigger thing, but like the smaller the item we were asking for.
Hey, you're gonna fucking kill me.
And like, you kind of do like the scrunch face, like you're really asking for a big favor. Like, I know it's gonna put you out. Really use a napkin.
Can I get a little more water in my cup?
Yes. You are gonna come burn my house down and kill my family, but do you have Tabasco?
Yep, you're getting it. It's all coming back.
You're getting it.
Exactly
you're getting it.
Okay.
You're gonna fucking kill me.
Love you. Bye.
Is there any way I could get another napkin? I am dead. Oh my God. This is my favorite tactic ever. Oh my God.
Yes.
This is I wish I could call John right now and ask him something like that. You know, like, hey, you're gonna want a divorce immediately, but
you're gonna wish you never met me.
You're gonna wish you never met me. But would you, like, what would be something I could ask him? Oh my gosh. Because he went up to the cabin today and he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I should be like, you're gonna wish you never met me, but are you willing to come back from the cabin today? Even though he's already planning on coming back from the cabin today, he'd be like, what? Yeah, I was going to.
Hey, you are going to want to punch my face, but can we sleep in the same bed tonight?
What? You are absolutely going to want to murder me. I feel awful asking this, but could we turn baseball on? Oh my God.
Okay. Okay. Here's a little light 2 sips, and you are the perfect person to ask this because you've been to Cabo, right?
Yeah.
Was that a yes?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
Good. Okay, great. Okay, this is just totally for you. But this message made me laugh because it's kind of also like a little rhyme time poem. Double sipper soul sister here. I need some help. My fiance has given me the choice between Cabo or Bora Bora, but we're Pora.
Oh.
Which one would y'all choose?
Well, if you're Pora, for sure Cabo. And also, how long can you go? Because it's a day of travel each way to Bora Bora. And I don't think there's a cheap way to do Bora Bora. It was an earn trip. I don't know how expensive it is, but everything there is very nice. And like the drinks were like $27. I mean, we stayed at the Four Seasons, but I feel like most resorts there were like that level. Yeah. And it's a massive undertaking to get to. So I think it's beautiful. And like, sure, everyone should go maybe at one point in their lifetime. I don't even know. I don't know that you really need to do that. Like, I think Cabo, you can have an amazing time. Similar time zone. There's not, well, I guess Bora Bora isn't either, but it's like a quick flight, easy to get to, tons of nice resorts. They have great restaurants in Cabo. I feel like there's a lot more to do in Cabo. Bora Bora is like just totally relaxing. Yeah. I don't know. Like, for sure, Bora Bora is cool, but like, I don't know. I don't know that I would spend my money on Bora Bora, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
before we get, I mean, we're going to do more 2 sips, but like a couple quick hitters.
Quick hits.
Favorite milkshake flavor?
I just think vanilla.
Chocolate.
I'm realizing vanilla's my favorite. I just told Rebby last night, vanilla's my favorite ice cream flavor.
It's solid. That's actually solid. It's solid. I like actually this isn't milkshake, but I think a top tier dessert is the chocolate vanilla swirl in a sugar cone.
You know, me and chocolate are a no, but there is a swirl at this place in Gilbert that is vanilla and prickly pear ice cream, like it's a fruity flavored basically. That swirl is bomb.com.
1 or 2-story houses? One. I used to live in a 1, and it was a small house, and I love that we have the space, but I don't like the 2-story situation at all. Dream car, I don't have one. I don't dream about cars. Mm-mm. If you want a shopping spree to any store, what store would it be? Maybe Nordstrom, because they have just like a ton of shit and it's good.
I was thinking Costco.
Ooh,
because they have like appliances and jewelry and food, and they have like everything at Costco.
Yeah. You know? Morning or night showers? I'd like to be a morning, but I'm a night.
I'm a night, and I don't even want to be a morning.
Oh, solid. Did you have any pets growing up? Yes, constantly.
Yes. Guinea pigs.
How fast above the speed limit is normal? Depends if we're talking freeway or like roads.
Yep.
If you're on roads, like 5
to 8.
Freeway, 15.
Yeah, 14. I try to go 14. Like I try
Smart.
not to, if like this, you know, like I feel like 15 is really pushing it, but 14 over, we're good.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. You know what I mean? Think about that next time. Will your kids go to public or private schools? Public.
I think. I don't know. I haven't thought about it at all.
Sleep with your bedroom door open or closed. Chris likes it open, but I like it closed.
Open.
Favorite ice cream topping? Colored sprinkles. Nice.
Oh.
Do you want to be buried or cremated?
I'm an organ donor, and then they'll do whatever the hell they want.
Yes.
Biggest
same waste. For you? Yes, organ
donor. I don't know
donor.
what they do after they take your organs, but
I would prefer to be cremated.
Yeah.
After that. Biggest waste of money purchase you've made. Well, the only thing that's coming to my mind right now, because I'm still furious and I retract this as a baby must-have, is the LV breast pump.
They're terrible. We hate
they
the
put a product out in the market that is, they know that it's bad. There's like battery issue, power, like things all over the internet, and they won't fix it.
I think the biggest waste of money is diamonds.
Ooh, but I thought you liked like jewelry, like diamonds.
Yeah, but
and
I don't
stuff.
think like this. I have, this huge stone on my finger, but it's moissanite and it's as strong as diamond. It's clean and pure, and also it's 3,000 versus 40,000. I just don't get. I don't get it. That's my biggest thing. I think I don't understand jewelry or cars or designer purses. Like everyone has their thing. I'll spend money on like a trip or an experience, right? Like John and I dropped some cash last year when we went to the Bucks and Suns series.
Yeah.
But as far as like a material thing, for me, that's just a thing.
Ding, 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 ding. You know what you could drop a lot of money on?
What?
Your pets. Speaking of pets and speaking of money. But it's so hard. Like you never want to have to make that decision, because if you have a pet, they're your family. And I'm super excited about this new partner that we have on the pod, Fuzzy, because Fuzzy knows there's nothing that compares to coming home to your little wiggle butt or waking up to those soft little purrs. And we always want to keep our pets healthy and make them as happy as they make us. But it's a huge responsibility being a pet parent, and things happen. And it can cost you big time. So Fuzzy is a telehealth service for pet parents that offers 24/7 access to personalized pet care from veterinary professionals. From everyday questions to the middle of the night emergencies, Fuzzy has the answers pet parents need. Through live chat, virtual vet consultations, these things are available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with Fuzzy. They can answer any of your pet questions, big or small, urgent, and every day. Fuzzy can also recommend the exact right products for your pet, all of which are handpicked by their team of veterinary professionals and available at discounts exclusive to Fuzzy members. From getting your pet's diet just right to meeting their middle of the night needs to finally figuring out what makes their breath smell that way, there's nothing too big or small for a quick Fuzzy call. And you guys, this is really timely, because just the other night I was taking my prenatals, and then I take vitamin D. And I was like, I'm trying to get Chris to take vitamin D. So I put a little bit of vitamin D, like a vitamin D capsule, on his water, which had like a lid on it. And he went to pick up the water and something fell on the floor. I didn't told him, he didn't see it. And Betty ate it. And I was like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. But then I Googled like, is vitamin D a thing? Right.
To be concerned about.
Is this a thing to be concerned about? Turns out it is.
Yeah.
But we didn't know how much based on her size, based on how much she ate. And like, you don't want to be like, and I called the vet, right? And they're like, you got to call this poison hotline. And it was crazy expensive just to get an answer. And so even if you don't think you need something like Fuzzy, you do, because these things happen. They happen quick.
Yeah.
And being able to have access to someone who knows what they're talking about, especially when it comes to these precious members of our families, is like gold. This is golden.
It was crazy because that had just happened. And then this company had reached out and was like, hey, can we be on the pod or whatever? And Coll's like, I need this. We literally just needed this like 2 days ago in our life. So right now, Fuzzy is offering our listeners a free 7-day trial membership. Go to yourfuzzy.com/sip today to sign up. That's a free 7-day trial and access to exclusive member discounts on pet meds, supplements, food, and more at yourfuzzy.com/sip. Again, yourfuzzy.com/sip for your free trial of Fuzzy with access to 24/7 personalized pet care and vet recommended products.
Okay, back. And by the way, the person who sent this rapid fire questions, this is Erin Taylor, who's she has messaged before.
Yeah.
She's the best.
She's our home run hitter.
Erin, Thank you.
We
This
thank you.
is, yeah, she sent these over in March because it has been a minute since we've done these.
Yeah.
And so, Erin, thank you. Long overdue. Thank you for
Keep
these.
sending.
Okay. Please. Okay. Electric or manual toothbrush? Electric.
Electric.
Current number of unread text messages on your phone right now?
None. Oh, well, maybe there's been one that's come in. I don't know. We'll
2.
see.
I have 2.
I have 1. But I'm not someone that leaves things unread. What?
Chris, they're both from Chris. He said, I think this is also one. And went like this. Hey, you're going to want to slit my throat, but could you get me some jam?
Hey. I want to slit my throat. Oh my God.
Okay. Perfect house temperature, 68.
72.
Huh.
68 feels cold.
Yeah.
You like it. Even when you're not pregnant?
70. I'm running a little hot right now.
Yeah, pregnancy is like, built-in furnace situation.
What's your Euler temperature set to?
What is my... I have a, what is that called? Schedule.
Yeah.
So my schedule is on weekdays at 9:30 it heats up to 90. At 10:30 it goes down to 69, and that's what I have through the night. And then at 6:30 a.m. it goes up to 86. And it's the same temperatures on the weekends, just different times.
Yeah.
10 o'clock bedtime, 11 o'clock it cools, and then 7:30 is when it warms up.
Nice.
Okay. What's your Euler?
I started at 68 and then it drops down to 65.
Yeah.
And then
you like getting in a cool bed.
Yeah, and then I do the warm wake up, which
That
also
gets so freaking hot, man.
it gets so
I
hot,
tried it.
and I don't know why. Because I have this, and for those of you who don't know, Euler is one of Ashley's faves that she brought onto the podcast. That's like a, this sounds like an ad, but it's like a mattress. It goes like above your mattress in between your sheet and it makes it the perfect temperature. And it honestly, this is not sponsored, but it's life changing. And so Ashley recommended it. I bought it. I'm a huge freaking fan. But you can set these schedules that don't change. And randomly, 2 weeks ago or so, this is recent, I wake up in the middle of the night sweating my ass off.
Oh.
I'm like, what is going on?
Because as soon as you get the Euler, that doesn't really happen anymore. Yeah.
And I'm like, is this pregnancy? Is this what? Like, what is going on? I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I'm sweating, I'm trying to cool off. I go back into the bed and I'm like, it's hot in here.
Yeah.
And I go to my app and randomly in the middle of the night, it had turned up to full blast.
To high?
Out of nowhere.
Which is like over 95 degrees or something.
It was like 100 degrees. And I don't know if this was like a spirit thing or something trying to wake me up or what. Because it had never happened before. It has not happened since.
That's an interesting thought.
But why did it just out of nowhere?
What time was it?
Like middle of the night.
But you didn't look like if it was like, 3:33 or something.
I might have. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was like
a spirit number.
Whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. But
just to like say
don't
hello.
mess with my Euler.
Right.
But
that's bizarre.
Scariest event you've ever witnessed or lived through? I don't think I want to answer this one because
you've already
PTSD.
told that, I think.
Yeah, and there's another one that immediately comes to my brain. There's that, and then another one that immediately comes to my brain that I just can't. I don't want to go there.
I don't know.
We'll skip this one.
I mean, yeah. The only thing I can think of, I'm sure there's more, but they're fine because they were knots. They ended up, but when we took Rev to the emergency room because she couldn't breathe, and then when I called the fire department, both of those were very, very scary until turns out she could breathe and it was okay. But that was very scary.
How many brothers or sisters do your spouses have? So Chris has one sister. Hi, Kel, and she's the best.
Does she listen?
Yeah, she's honestly, it's like the sister-in-law jackpot.
That's a gold medal winning situation that you have.
Yes.
Your in-law. John is the middle of 3 boys.
And they're also super rad.
They're also very rad. Yes.
John's siblings are wonderful.
Yeah,
people.
We see them this week. You guys are listening to this Tuesday. We fly out tomorrow. We're going for a family reunion. We'll see them.
Were you surprised when your husbands proposed? Were you expecting it?
Shocked. I was shocked. There were other times where I thought like it was going to be romantic. So I thought the proposal was coming because John and I were dating 5 years before. And at some point you start being like, okay, like it could, are we doing this, you know? And there were some times where I thought it was going to happen, like one time in Mexico, and then never. And then he proposed one night when I got home from book club, and I was feeling like super sad. And that was when I was really in a struggling headspace time. So I got home and just felt like, you know, no one likes me. I'm the worst. And he was trying to make me feel better. And he went and he had the ring in this shoe. He like went over and he was like, you know, basically like, you make me so happy. I hate seeing you sad. I don't know why you don't see you the way that I see you, or I wish you did, or whatever. And like, then he had the ring. So it was like 12:15 a.m. had gotten home. It was just, like, not at all what, you know, what you would have seen coming, basically.
Yeah.
We didn't go on a date or anything. And yeah, that was ours.
Mine was also surprised because Chris and I dated for so long.
Yeah.
Before we got engaged. Like, I don't remember how many years, but it was
long.
like 8 years or something.
It was a long time.
It was a long time, like since college. And then we just had a lot of stuff to sort through.
And
like,
you'd already been living together for a couple years,
Yeah.
I feel like. Had dogs together. Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I never felt this. I just never was like, I have to get married. I don't
Right.
know. I
This
really,
urgency.
to this day, would be fine if we were just
Partner.
together.
Life partner.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what it was, but getting married was very special and meaningful. And I'm obviously happy that we like, we would have been committed regardless. And I think that's just what I knew. Like, I don't know,
Right.
but
This is my person. Right.
And everyone would ask us like, when are you going to do it? And I was like, I don't know. And I don't care.
Right.
So
Oh.
it was a surprise in that sense because I guess it just was not something I thought about. And then it was on the beach in Hawaii and Chris was on a knee. And it's actually a really funny story because his mom and sister had sent stuff to our room, champagne and strawberries with chocolate and stuff, but it arrived early and we were heading back to the room. And so Chris was like totally panicked. And you don't know with these big hotels, did they do it? Has someone come to the room? And I was like, I got to shower. I got to do these things. So I was like hell bent on getting back to the. So it was incredible. The whole thing was incredibly.
And he knew that it had already arrived or something.
Yeah, they're
and
like,
he didn't
it's
want you to see it. Oh.
Yeah, they're like, it's been delivered because he hadn't proposed yet.
Right.
And it was like, congratulations on your engagement.
Right.
So
shit.
Yeah, so the whole afternoon was a total panic for him. And
right, and then you guys are probably arguing too or something. Like, well, I want to shower. And
yeah,
he's like, no. And he's like
go
stalling, and you're like,
hair.
dude, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. And then he like knew the beach he wanted to propose on, but I was like, there was a whale situation happening. So I'm like, come over here. Like I was throwing everything off.
Yeah.
And he's really like structured. You know, he was like, I got a plan. And he was probably nervous to do it. You know, it's like a big thing, a big moment. Anyway, so Chris was very stressed and I was very surprised and happy and had the best afternoon. And then of course, you know, he wasn't when he proposed. It was beautiful. And I remember that night feeling like I was walking on, you know, that feeling like you're walking on clouds. You're just like, oh my God, what? This is crazy.
Yeah. And it is something like to not really care about getting married, but still to feel that like reassurance. Like, oh yeah, no, he's picking me too. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Like when we actually got engaged, I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. I love
But
this.
I didn't know
I needed it or wanted it. Yeah.
Yeah. Until it happened. Yeah. Favorite day of the week? Probably Saturday.
Probably Friday.
Like that, like got that little buzz in the air.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Saturday too, but I also like Sunday.
Yeah. I like having no work, no school for Ben, and like waking up and it's like family time.
Yeah.
Like slow and just time together, you know? Yeah. What are you most excited about in the next month?
In the next month. Yeah, well, Coll's answer is easy. Why don't you tell yours? I'm looking through. Okay, so
well, I mean,
June? Huh?
Yeah. Obviously my new bar. I'm kidding. My child.
Obviously my new bar. Yeah, it would have probably been going to Oregon to meet Ellie and seeing Coll, but we canceled that. I don't know. I mean, We've got John's family reunion next week.
Yeah.
That's like the only big thing that we have, I think. So probably that.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, we're going
But
to do
Jessie, my sister-in-law, I also hit the jackpot with my sister-in-law, and she's not going to be there. And so that makes me very sad.
Oh.
Because like whenever we get together with the Molstead family, I always have so much laugh with Jess, and she's not going to be there because the boys have tournaments. So we're not going to see the nephews. The cousins aren't going to see the cousins, and we don't get to see Jessie.
Oh.
So that's the only reason why I'm like, but it'll still
Schmidt.
be fun, but I'll miss them.
Okay. Last 2 sips. You ready for this? This is an anonymous one from an OG soul sipper. But she
Okay.
said, I need my virtual besties help.
Oh, here
My
we go.
husband and his brother own a multi-million-dollar business with their parents. This is a family business.
Okay.
Last week, my brother-in-law's wife told him she was not happy in their marriage and thought she was going to leave. This news was not surprising after a few weeks ago, while we had a couple nights out, I saw her deleting texts on the car ride home. I had mentioned this to my husband, who instantly suspected that she was having an affair.
Mm-hmm.
After the news last week, my husband and I started some pretty heavy PI work and checked the company phone records and found, this is juicy, and found that she had been calling and texting a certain person every day for multiple times daily during the hours when her husband was not around. Nights and weekends, including the night I caught her deleting texts. We found out his name, address, workplace, and the fact that he is also married. We shared this information with my mother-in-law, who was worried for my niece and nephew, and the fact that this guy lives in a different state. She asked us not to share this information with my husband's brother, her son.
Yeah.
I am completely appalled and feel like my brother-in-law deserves to know. My husband wants to tell his brother what we found, but does not want his brother to turn on him and is concerned for their business, which supports our families. My husband also does not want to upset his mom, who asked him not to tell because she is trying to keep the peace in the family. Do we keep the peace and just let things ride, or share the news that could tear the family apart? Am I wrong for holding resentment against my mother-in-law, knowing that if she knew my husband was having an affair, she would I got turned around. Am I wrong in holding resentment against my mother-in-law, knowing that if she knew my husband was having an affair, she would hide it so that she did not have to risk not seeing my kids every day? Help a soul sipper out. I think you go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna tee this one off. I don't think you should have any resentment against your mother-in-law because she's like not a main actor in this, and she has the right to feel however she wants to feel. And I don't think the move is going to the brother. I think the move is going to the sister-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And like just kind of saying like, hey, I saw it, like, because you saw her deleting text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I don't think you need to say all the PI work because that's wild. But like, hey, I like think this is what I saw and it's been rattling around in my brain. And like, I don't actually know if this is the move, but it feels like you had a direct line into this. And like, and what if it's not what you think it is? It sounds like it, but what if it's not? And ultimately, this is something that needs to be played out with her and her husband. And it sounds like they're going to work out some kind of separation. So
does it sound like that?
Well, because she said
she wanted a divorce.
My brother-in-law's wife told him she was not happy in their marriage and thought she was going to leave.
Yeah. So there's no like plan yet for that.
Yeah.
Like she's probably waiting to see if the other guy is also going to leave.
I mean, you didn't catch her in bed with someone else. Right. You don't know what the text messages are called.
This is so hard though, because like, if I knew that like Chris was cheating on you, I mean, let's just say we're sisters, like, you know, and we've got the same mom. Yeah. If I knew, or if I had,
a suspicion,
had the suspicion where Chris was like, had I saw him deleting messages, and then like I'm saying that you're my sister and he's my brother-in-law, and if he was deleting messages and then I saw that he had been corresponding with another female multiple times a day via phone and text,
would you go to Chris though?
I feel like it would be very hard for me to not tell you.
Do you think though that you could go to Chris and be like, if you don't tell Coll, I will?
Yeah, but that's
that
why I'm
threatening?
not sure that the move is to say that you didn't do any PI work. Like maybe you don't have to go into the like don't stalk that, like, and we know that this guy's married and whatever. You don't have to go to that level.
Yeah.
But like, because I feel like he could, and Chris probably not, because I don't think Chris is a great liar, right? Like, unless you're at the blackjack table, he's got a good poker face, but otherwise he's a pretty honest dude. But some people are fantastic liars, and she could on the spot come up with something, and then you're like, shoot yourself in the foot if you've decided you're not going to tell her. But like, if you say, I saw this, I got a little suspicious or whatever, like, just be honest. What do you have to lose?
Right.
But I do think that's a good move, is going to her and talking. Because the other thing I was going to say is like, okay, the mom doesn't want you to say anything. Is there a way that you could like plant something so that you would see it, like the brother would see it, the brother-in-law would see it without it coming from you?
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's a way to do that since she's like deleting the messages, and like, what could you do? Put the printout of the phone records on?
Maybe and be like, hey, ask questions versus pointing fingers of like, hey, you're gonna think this is like maybe wild, but like we pulled like we have access to like all of the company communication, and we're seeing this number being texted on nights and weekends, and then I know I saw you deleting text messages in the car. Like, what's actually going on here?
Yeah, more curious than judgmental. Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Because
and I also think
I'm connecting some dots here that are like keeping me up at night.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
to
like
her.
my brother-in-law deserves
like,
to know.
Why I'm not sure why you wouldn't say something, as long as you can withhold your judgment, right? Because I think that's the key thing. If you can come at it with more curiosity, and then because maybe what could happen is, the only way that I think it could ruin the business is if you go to the brother or something and he knows about it, but he doesn't care. And then you guys are like, why are you staying with her? If you know, it's like, you can't judge someone else's life, right? But he should know he has the right to make his choices based off reality. Yeah. So I don't really see a problem really with even approaching him with it if you don't want to, as long as you're willing to withhold judgment on whatever he decides.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and making sure that it's like fact-based and not like, we know she's cheating, but like showing him the things.
Yeah.
And then it's like, do with it what you will.
And I also wouldn't probably say that on the other end of those messages was a guy that was married. I think I would hold that card because that is leading the witness.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right? Like, I would object to that in court. We don't really know enough, but like, to your point, facts. Here's what I saw. Here's what we found.
Yeah.
We just wanted to share it with you.
And by the way, don't tell mom that we told you anything.
Yeah.
Just do us a solid.
Right.
Also, could you keep us posted on this one?
Oh my God, please follow
up. This is like a movie.
And also like put in the subject, like follow up to the cheating brother-in-law or something, so that when Coll sees it, she'll like open it because she's going to have a new baby any second.
Yes. But I will prioritize this.
Yeah. We want to know. Oh my God.
Ding, 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 ding. Bring it home.
Let's land the bird.
Land it.
All right. So I have been a total bitch the last couple of days. We went out to eat the other day, and it took a little bit of, this is my rant. I'll rant first.
I figured that's what was happening.
So we go out to eat the other day, and it takes a little while for us to be acknowledged. And I'm getting pissed because I'm sitting there. You know, when you got kids, also when you got me, it's just like, I would like to be served. Like, I would like to get my order in and let's go. So we probably sat there for 5 to 10 minutes. And to the point where I almost was like, well, let's leave, you know?
Yeah.
And then she comes over and she was super nice. Like, it was actually a great server. And she was like, I'm sorry, there was a miscommunication with the sections. They changed the sections and I didn't realize that you guys were my table. So I'm sorry if you had to wait for a while. And then okay, great. So we order some stuff. I ordered an Aperol Spritz. And the last time I was at this restaurant, I ordered an Aperol Spritz. And the guy comes back last time. He's like, oh, sorry, we're out of Aperol. I'm like, at an Italian place? Okay. So I got a margarita. This time she comes and she's like, oh my gosh, I hate to tell you. She drops off John's beer. We're out of sparkling water or sparkling wine. I'm like, what? You're out at an Italian restaurant? You have no sparkling wine at all in the house? No, we don't. And then it was just like really, and so I was like, okay, well then I don't want anything, I'm like such a dick. And she leaves. I mean, I wasn't like a dick to her, but I was like just in that mood. And she leaves, and I tell John, I'm like, something's going on with me because I am irrationally upset about not being able to get this drink. Like I was pissed. And then it was like slow service. We get the stuff delivered.
And John is so calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
So when you say that, I feel like I can see it, and I don't know if this is how it went down, but I feel like I can see John just being even keel and kind of drinking his
feathers.
Beer. And when someone's so even keel, you're like,
kind of.
Does that happen or no?
It probably used to more. Now we've been together, 15 years. So now I'm kind of just like, like before it used to be like, wait, okay, if you're not going to have some energy here, I will bring enough for the both of us.
Yeah.
But now I just like, and he hates it because it gives him, well, I don't know if he still does. It used to give him anxiety when I would like escalate.
Yeah.
But I can't help myself. So then the plates come down, or no, the food gets delivered, but there's no plates, no silverware. She brings French fries, but no ketchup. And so we're like, oh, can we get this? And she's like, yeah, oh my gosh, of course. That would be pretty helpful, right? Like her energy was really good, but 5 minutes go by. We don't get any of the things. So I'm like turning around in my seat, fully facing the restaurant. I'm looking around, just like, and it's busy, but I'm just looking. Can I make eye contact with anybody? Because we don't have plates to split up the food for the kids. And we don't have the silverware, which has the napkins. We don't have the napkins for the kids. We have the French fries. We don't have the ketchup for the kids. It's just like, can we get some? So then she probably brings it like 7 minutes later, and I'm just irritated, and then I think we asked for one more thing and it wasn't there. And I was just like, ugh.
Over it.
But really the rant is about me.
Right.
Because all of that is fine. But I also then this morning, I was like so irrationally annoyed with my kids. Like, just they move at their own pace, right? Toddlers don't have any sense of urgency or time. But I'm like, let's get ready. Let's get out. We got to get to school. Let's get dressed, right? But everything's a game. And sometimes I'm like, that's fun and I'll play the game. But this morning, no. But I started my period this afternoon and it made me feel like, thank God.
There's a reason.
There's a reason for this. I haven't just absolutely lost it. I knew that I was being irrational, but I couldn't stop it.
Yes.
And I just tell the kids, like, sorry, I don't know why, but I don't have patience this morning. I'm sorry, guys, but like, we got to go. Like I can't. And I just let them know. Cause like I wanted to de-escalate myself, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, I just can't play the game this morning. We just got to get you dressed. We got to get to school. I'm just, and then the period comes and I think, oh my God, there's an end in sight, and also maybe Mercury's in retrograde.
Yeah.
Something's going on in the solar system. But that's the rant is PMS. Like hormones are amazing because they do everything for us in our bodies and like help us grow kids and regulate our, like, keep us alive and all the things. I don't know what they do, but lots of things that are very important, I'm sure. And so I'm grateful for them, but also F hormones. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like F it.
Especially when it feels like hard to control.
Yeah. I didn't want to be a dick. I wanted to enjoy myself. I didn't want to have my meal ruined because they were out of sparkling wine. So then I just tried to focus on the pizza, but then the other things were happening because then, I ordered pizza. Other things were happening. It was just like,
I'm getting swept away here and I can feel it and I can't stop the waves.
I'm in a riptide. Anyway,
my
rant is myself.
Okay. I'm really thinking ahead for June and like trying to get a bunch of things knocked out that I'm like, in a couple weeks, I don't know if I'm going to have bandwidth or even remember that Father's Day is in June. So I went to the store to get a couple of thank you cards. I needed a couple little groceries and then I needed a couple thank you cards for a couple things. And then I wanted to get Father's Day cards. One for my dad, one for Chris, and one to Chris from the kids. Right?
Okay.
So I'm picking up like 5 cards. Okay. So I go to the checkout and they're like, the groceries I put first, and it was like $20 for groceries, right? Then comes the cards across the scanner. $7.99, $6.99, $6.99, $7.99, and cards. What
Paper.
the hell is behind
You could buy a tree for cheaper
cost
than a card.
of cards?
damn tree.
Because my bill went from $20 to $60, $60,000 for cards.
Yeah.
For cards.
Right.
They were good
It's like-
cards, and I didn't buy the ones with sounds or glitter or pop-ups.
Yeah.
Or if you see a trifold card, put it back.
Put it back. You can't afford it. That's not in the budget.
That's gonna be a $10.
That's a $10 minimum.
Yeah. I bought normal cards.
Yeah.
But now the price of a
Just a
normal
folded piece of paper is what you
card.
bought. Yeah.
$7.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Blame Joe Biden. Inflation. I tell you what. Those greeting cards taking it up.
Taking my bucks.
Taking
Biden.
my bucks. I'm kidding. No one message us about that. Just whenever I talk about the prices of things, people are like, the administration. Okay. Well, all right, Biden. The cards, man. But
it's out of control. Everything's
control.
expensive
And
right now.
you know
So
what?
there is inflation, but also cards have always been a criminal about
They
this.
always it's an offense to mankind. And you know what? I think it is also telling. They tell us kindness is free. No, it's not.
No, it's
kindness
not.
is expensive.
Yeah.
Kindness costs you some big time money. It's $60,000 if you just want to get a couple cards. Kindness
You know
ain't
what's
free.
overwhelming? You're standing in the card aisle and it's like, Father's Day from the dog, from the thing.
From all of us.
Yeah, from all of us. And I'm like, first of all, I got to get oriented. And then if someone's standing like I'm like, well, what are they looking at? And then I'm, what one's almost gone? Because that's got to be a tearjerker in a good way, or do I go funny? But then it's like, I don't know if I want a cartoon if I'm going to spend $8 of just like,
That's the other thing. That's a good point. I just went for Teacher Appreciation Week the other day to pick up cards. And
yeah.
I have to read every single card that's available for the teachers,
Yes.
right? Because what if the one that I don't read is the absolute perfect one that I needed, right? And it's the same thing. Anytime you're picking a card out for anyone, you have to read literally every single card because you want to get the best card for that person.
Yeah. I'm going to go pick up a card quick.
Yeah.
That's not, you're going to be, this is a commitment. You're going to be standing there
It's
for
a time commitment. It's a financial commitment.
You're going to second guess yourself.
Yeah.
And
then there's going to be some stacks where the cards are gone and you're just like, God damn it.
Yeah.
That's probably the card that I wanted.
And then is there another section? There's like the papyrus. Papyrus.
Yeah.
Section.
Fruit bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a section that do I need to then go check all those?
Right.
Or is the blank card the way to go?
Right.
I don't know.
And then some of them, they're the fancy ones that they're in the plastic, so you can't open them to see what's inside the
Oh,
card.
yeah. No.
So you're like, well, I don't know. Is
Yeah.
it blank? Because
Is
sometimes
this
they
the
don't
better
say
way to
the
go?
inside is blank.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
supposed to know shit.
And you know what people do when they get the card?
Throw it away.
They open it. They read it one time. They say, oh, this was really nice. If you're there in person. If not, you don't get any feedback.
Right. Nothing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you leave or whatever, and then they're like, "What do I do with this?
Yeah.
Do I save it or do I toss it?" And probably have tossed it.
It gets
$8,
tossed. Right.
Gone.
$8 and a year of your time.
Yeah, gone.
So
Gone.
I hear
What's
ya.
your rave?
My rave is okay. So I think I might have talked about how John got a new Bronco on here or somewhere.
I don't remember.
Okay, well, John ordered a new Bronco. He placed it the day that Broncos were available to order 2 years ago in 2020. It took 2 years to get it. He's obsessed with it. He loves it. Good for him. Someone sends me a picture of the exact same Bronco, but kid version. So, of course, I go on. It was sold at Target, and when I looked, it was 50% off. I go and pick it up. It's blue, the exact same color of John's car. Blue, and this Bronco has it can connect to the radio. I don't know how it does it, but it can there's a radio on it. You turn a key that says it like it's turning the car on.
Yeah.
It's got the gear shift. It's because we had a red Jeep that didn't have it's one of those mobile cars or whatever that you can sit in and drive around, but it just has a gas pedal and it has like this knob that goes up or down to go forward or back, but that's it. This Bronco has LED lights that turn on. It has a radio you can turn on. It's got the proper car signs. It has a rearview mirror. You can take the doors on or off. You can take the top on or off. It has like 4 different weights, like exact replica of the car that John got, but in little kid version. And Mac primarily is obsessed with it. Every single day he drives that thing around the yard and he has no control of the steering wheel at this point. So we've lost a few. He's like me. Remember when I ran over your light in your yard?
Yeah, he's yours.
Yeah, he's taken out a few yard lights. Yeah. He runs full speed into walls. That thing's all dinged up. The other day, he went up over like this little curb on the side of our driveway, over the gravel hill, and started beelining it towards the neighbor's driveway, neighbor's garage door. And so John, I'm like not sitting out there. I see him get up, and he kicks his flip, like he's running so fast, and his flip-flops fly off of his feet so that he can stop Mac from plowing into the neighbor's because he didn't have to cross the street. Our garage doors face each other. So he tries to stop Mac from plowing. Mac has ran over Revy. And all of this is still a rant because it is like the joy. I think John thought it was the cutest thing to have a little mini me car. And then the kids are obsessed with the Bronco as well. And then when they got their own Bronco, the memories being made, I don't know how long it'll be cool, but it's really cool for them right now.
Yeah.
Especially Mac, but Revy likes it too.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
that is
I love
adorable.
It's cool. What's yours?
Okay. Well, I already talked about it at the top of this episode, and now I didn't realize that I had also put it on my rave, but I'll just share. It's a home improvement, like just getting home improvement things done. But when we lived at our last house, we lived there for a long time. And there were things we didn't like about it. Like we bought a couch, Chris and I. We didn't tell each other that we didn't like the couch for years. And then when we finally got rid of the couch, he was like, I never liked that couch. I was like, I hated that couch. Like, why didn't we, get rid of it sooner? And we like changed the fixture in the dining room. And as soon as we changed it, we changed it because we're going to sell the house. Right. So we're on our way out. And we changed the fixture and we're like, oh my God, why didn't we do this 10 years ago?
Yeah.
What on earth?
Yeah.
And it was because of that experience where we're like, it's amazing how little things can make a really big impact to your day-to-day. It really is. Like if it makes you happy, if it sparks like Marie Kondo, if it sparks joy, there's something to that. And we talked about that. We're like, at our next house, if there's something that bugs us, we're going to address it.
Messing around.
We're not going to stall. It's not going to be that creak in the floor that lasts for 10 years. Like we're going to get on it. And I feel like we've done a good job of that because we never liked the lighting in the living room at this new house. We just got recessed lighting. We pulled the trigger, put it in. Didn't like that empty spot above the thing. We just got the new cabinets. And you can't always do everything you want to do always. But like
you said, some of them are little fixes. Like a light fixture, I think sounds more intimidating than it is. I mean, I've never done it, but
TaskRabbit will do it. They can be a project, but it's worth it.
Right.
Like it's worth it. And it feels good. So that is my rave.
We do a round of applause for taking the plunge. All right, you guys, this was one of my actually favorite episodes to record.
Yes.
And hey, I know you're going to absolutely unsubscribe and talk so much shit about us. I can't believe I'm about to ask you this. But could you sip with us always?
And we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.